My name is Sarah, a 58-year-old widow who thought her biggest worries were forgetting her reading glasses or missing her morning tea. That morning, my son Ahmed had driven me to the airport. Just like always. Loving, hugging me tight, promising to call the moment I landed. "Take care, Ami," he said, kissing my forehead before rushing off to work. I waved goodbye, heart full, and headed toward security. That's when she appeared. A woman in her 40s, ordinary clothes, tired eyes. She grabbed my arm gently but firmly. "Don't get on that plane," she whispered urgently. "Something terrible is going to happen. Trust me." I pulled away, laughing nervously. "Excuse me, do I know you?" She shook her head. "No, but I know what I saw. Please, don't board." Then she vanished into the crowd like a ghost. My hands trembled as I checked my boarding pass. Flight 247. Everything looked normal. Announcements echoed cheerfully. Families laughed around me, but her words stuck like glue. What if she was crazy? What if she was right? I sat on a cold metal chair near gate 12, mind spinning. Ahmed had just texted, "Safe flight, Ami, love you." My daughter Ayesha was waiting on the other side with her kids, my grandbabies. I couldn't disappoint them. But that whisper, it felt too real. I called Ahmed. "Beta, a strange woman just warned me not to fly today." He laughed it off. "Ma, people say weird stuff at airports. It's probably nothing. You'll be fine." I almost believed him. Almost. But something deep inside, maybe a mother's instinct, wouldn't let me move. I walked to the counter and, with a shaky voice, asked to change my ticket to the next flight. The staff looked annoyed but helped. I paid extra, heart pounding, wondering if I'd just wasted money on paranoia. As I watched my original plane taxi down the runway, a strange calm washed over me. I bought a cup of tea and waited, scrolling through old family photos. Little did I know, the nightmare was only beginning. 2 hours later, chaos erupted. Phones buzzed everywhere. News alerts screamed. Flight 247 crashes shortly after takeoff. No survivors. The terminal filled with gasps, tears, and frantic calls. I dropped my tea. My legs gave way. That was my flight. The one my son had hugged me goodbye for. If I had boarded. Reporters later said it was a mechanical failure, something hidden during checks. But how did that stranger know? I searched the crowds for her face, but she was gone. Called Ahmed, sobbing. He was in shock. "Ami, you're alive. Thank God you listened." We cried together on the phone. That night, instead of arriving at my daughter's house, I was back home, wrapped in blankets, replaying the whisper in my head. The next day, investigators confirmed the worst. My seat 14 would have been right. The impact zone. One decision, one stranger's warning, had saved my life. Days blurred into sleepless nights. I couldn't stop thinking about her. Who was she? A psychic? A whistleblower? I posted on social media, describing her, hoping someone knew her. Then, a private message arrived. It was from her, Elena. She explained everything in a long, emotional email. Elena had lost her own mother in a similar crash years ago. Since then, she'd developed a strange ability. She called it echoes. Flashes of danger that came without warning. She'd seen my face in one, clear as day, sitting on that doomed plane. "I don't do this often," she wrote. "People think I'm crazy, but I couldn't let another mother die." We met in a quiet cafe. Elena was just an ordinary woman with an extraordinary burden. She hugged me tight. "I'm glad you listened, Sarah." Her words opened old wounds. I realized how much I'd taken my family for granted. The rushed goodbyes, the missed calls, the little fights over nothing. Life was fragile, one whisper away from gone. That near-death experience changed everything. I canceled my rescheduled trip and invited my entire family home instead. Ahmed, Ayesha, the grandkids, all together under one roof for the first time in years. We laughed, cried, shared stories late into the night. I told them the full tale, voice steady but eyes wet. "Never ignore the quiet warnings in life," I said, holding my son's hand, "and never wait to say I love you." Elena and I stayed in touch. She became a dear friend, proof that strangers can be angels in disguise. My YouTube channel, where I share life lessons and family stories, exploded with this tale. Because real miracles still happen. Today, every time I drop my kids at the airport or say goodbye, I hold them a second longer. That whisper didn't just save my life. It woke me up. If you ever hear a strange warning, listen. It might be the universe giving you one more chance to hold your loved ones close. Weeks after the crash, the questions wouldn't stop haunting me. Why did Flight 247 really go down? The official report said mechanical failure, but Elena's echoes suggested something darker. One evening, while sorting old family albums, I found a faded photo of my late husband, Rashid, standing proudly beside an airplane at a small airstrip. He had worked as an aviation engineer before his sudden heart attack 10 years ago. Could there be a connection? I whispered to myself. Ahmed noticed my worry and gently pressed me. Ami, you're safe now. Don't dig into this. But a mother's heart knows when something is unfinished. I called Elena again. Her voice trembled over the phone. Sarah, my visions are never wrong, but they come with a price. Sometimes they show more than danger, they show secrets. That night, Elena visited my home. Over warm chai, she described another flash. Shadowy figures tampering with the plane's systems. My husband's old company logo flickered in her mind. My hands shook. Rashid had left the job years ago after whistleblowing on safety shortcuts. Had someone silenced him, and now tried to silence me? Ahmed and Ayesha arrived the next morning with the children. I gathered everyone in the living room, the same room where Rashid used to tell bedtime stories. With Elena beside me, I shared everything. The room fell silent. Aisha's eyes widened. Baba, was he murdered? Ahmed looked pale. He pulled out his phone and showed old emails he'd found in his father's backup drive. Warnings Rashid had sent to his bosses about faulty parts used on regional flights. One email mentioned Flight 247's exact model. I thought these were just old work files, Ahmed admitted, voice breaking. Tears flowed freely. My strong protective son crumbled. I should have protected you, Ami. If I hadn't rushed you that morning. I hugged him tight. No, Beta, that stranger, Elena, saved us all. The grandkids listened wide-eyed, learning that bravery isn't always loud. It can be a quiet whisper in a crowded airport, but the relief was short-lived. My phone buzzed with an unknown number. Stop asking questions, or the next warning won't come in time. Fear gripped our home like winter fog. I wanted to drop everything, but Elena urged me not to. The echoes show the danger isn't over. Someone doesn't want the truth about those planes coming out. We decided to go to the authorities together. Ahmed drove us to the investigation office, constantly checking the rearview mirror. Ayesha stayed home with the kiddies, but worry filled her calls every hour. At the office, officials listened politely but seemed skeptical, until Elena described details about the crash that hadn't been released to the public. As we left the building, a black car followed us. Heart pounding. I remembered the airport stranger's grip on my arm. Faster, Ahmed. We lost them in traffic, but the message was clear. We were being watched. That night I couldn't sleep. I held Rashid's old watch, whispering, you tried to protect us even after you were gone. The following days tested every bond in our family. Ayesha wanted to flee the city. Ahmed wanted justice. I stood in the middle, drawing strength from that single whisper that saved my life. We faced this together, I told them firmly, just like we should have faced everything while your father was alive. Elena became part of the family. She taught the grandchildren simple breathing exercises to calm fear. In return, my grandkids drew pictures of guardian angels at the airport. Their innocent hope gave us all courage. We gathered evidence. Rashid's emails, Elena's detailed visions written down, and my own testimony. A kind investigator believed us and promised protection. Slowly, the pieces fit. A corrupt manager at the old company had covered up problems for years. My flight was targeted because someone feared I might have Rashid's hidden documents. Months later, justice arrived. The corrupt officials were arrested after a full investigation. News channels called it the whisper that exposed the truth. Our family appeared in a short interview, faces blurred for safety, but the message rang loud. Never ignore warnings, and always protect your loved ones. Elena's ability brought her peace too. Helping us helped heal her own loss. She smiled at our last meeting. Your family's love is stronger than any vision I've ever had. Today, I fly again, but never without saying proper goodbyes. Ahmed and Ayesha call daily. The grandkids now ask for stories about Daddy's airport angel. Life feels richer, every moment precious. That stranger's whisper didn't just save me from a plane. It saved our family from drifting apart. It reminded us that secrets buried deep can crash harder than any aircraft, but truth and love can rebuild everything stronger. If you are watching this and carrying unspoken worries or family distance, listen to the quiet voice. Life slowly returned to a new normal after the arrests. The house felt lighter, as if the heavy shadow of the past had finally lifted. I started a small garden in the backyard. Rashid's dream project that we never finished. Each morning, as I watered the flowers, I spoke to him quietly. You protected us, my love. Now it's my turn to live fully. Ahmed quit his stressful job and started a small aviation safety awareness group with young engineers. Ayesha opened up about her own struggles. how she had hidden her fears of losing me. We cried together many nights, turning pain into stronger bonds. The grandkids loved hearing the full story at bedtime, always asking, "Did the angel come again, Daddy?" Elena visited often. Her visions had quieted, but she shared more about her lonely journey since losing her mother. "Your family gave me hope," she said one afternoon. "Our friendship became a beautiful bridge between strangers and soul sisters." One sunny morning, a letter arrived from the airline. They wanted to honor me at a safety conference as a survivor who helped expose the truth. At first, I refused. Flying still scared me, but Ahmed held my hand. "Ami, this is your chance to help other families. I'll be right beside you." With my family's support I agreed. Elena came too. At the airport this time, no whispers of danger, only proud smiles. As the plane took off, I closed my eyes and remembered that life-changing moment. The flight was smooth and landing felt like victory. At the conference I shared my story simply and honestly. The audience was moved to tears. Many came forward afterward, sharing their own near-miss experiences. Back home, my YouTube channel transformed. What started as simple family stories now reached thousands of people seeking hope. Viewers wrote messages. "Your story saved me from ignoring my gut feeling. I called my mother after watching." One young woman said she changed her flight after a similar strange feeling and later learned it had mechanical issues. Inspired, I began recording short Life Whispers episodes, easy lessons about listening to intuition, cherishing family, and speaking truth. Elena joined a few videos explaining her gift gently without making it scary. Ahmed handled the camera, Ayesha edited with love, and the grandkids added cute drawings for thumbnails. Our channel became a warm corner of the internet for real emotional stories. Months turned into a year. Ayesha's daughter won a school art competition with her drawing of airport guardian angel. Ahmed got engaged to a kind woman who loved our big loud family dinners. We celebrated every small moment. Birthday parties, weekend picnics, even rainy days playing indoor games. I took the grandkids to the airport once, not to fly, but to watch planes and talk about courage. "Remember," I told them, "a single kind act or brave choice can change everything." They nodded seriously, then ran off laughing. Seeing their joy healed the last cracks in my heart. Elena found her own peace too. She started volunteering with people who had lost loved ones, using her experiences to comfort them. Our families blended beautifully, turning strangers into forever family. Looking back now, that stranger's whisper at the airport was the greatest gift I ever received. It didn't just save my physical life, it saved the soul of our family. We learned that secrets can destroy, but honesty and love rebuild stronger. We learned that help can come from the most unexpected places, and that every goodbye should be said with a full heart. If you are watching this long story and feeling disconnected from your loved ones, or carrying silent fears, please listen to that inner voice. Change your plans if needed. Make that call. Book that family trip. Hug longer. Forgive quicker. Life is beautiful but fragile, like a plane soaring through the sky. Thank you for staying with me through all 15 sections of this journey. Share your own whisper stories in the comments. I read every single one. Together, we can remind the world that miracles still happen, often through ordinary people doing extraordinary things. Act today, hug tighter, speak the truth, because tomorrow is never promised.